Ah, good afternoon, my people. How do you all do? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing great, and it's a lovely Monday afternoon, um, and I'm doing fine. I hope you all are doing good. Uh, so what's up? How's the new year beginning with you all? It's going good. It's going good so far. And it's God. It holds a lot of promise. Happy New Year, Christian. Happy New Year. June Jolly. Happy New Year to you. Wakado. My man, Waka, you right in the time. Yeah, I can see you, my man. Happy New Year to you. Charles C. Williams Jr., Happy New Year to you. Abraham S. Connor. Normally we wait until we hit 1,000 people before we speak. We're at 440 people now, so by the time we hit 1,000, then we begin to speak. Mukhtar Ba. Mukhtar, I haven't heard from you in a long time. How are you? Kabina Kuyate, Happy New Year. Yusuf Zarleef, Happy New Year to you. Stephen Bernard. Stephen, how are you? How are you doing in India? Happy New Year. My brother Musa Fofi Fofana, my man, happy belated birthday to you. I wish you all the best. May Allah increase your years, and may all the works of your hands prosper in the new year and the years ahead. I see my brother here. My esteemed friend and brother, Rufus Nouvel. Council, Happy New Year to you, my dear brother. I hope you're doing well. Muhammad A. Kroma, Happy New Year. Amara Kamara, you recently celebrated your birthday as well. Happy New Year to you. Roya Musa Sharif, Happy New Year to you. Big brother William Philip Anderson, Happy New Year. We're at 700 people, so when we clock 1,000, then we'll begin to speak. Yeah. So I used to. Funny joke. So I used to. Sometimes when I go live, I would put a water maybe in some color cup. And people will think that there's something else in it, and it's not water. So now what I do is that I put the water in a transparent glass, so that everybody can see that is actually water. Tom Boaka Tombikai. Happy New Year, my dear brother. Chelsea, my darling, Happy New Year. Kaifa Bala, Happy New Year. All my people, Wonder, Happy New Year. So we're almost at 900 people, and then we'll start speaking when we hit 1,000 shortly. Yes, it's good to be here. My boy D Banks, Happy New Year, buddy. It's a beautiful time to be alive, and we who are alive are not better than those who are not here, who did not make it to the new year. It's just not our time, and it's a lot to be grateful to God for. Just being alive, all of the goals you set in the old year, just because it didn't happen, doesn't mean that they will not happen. You have to remain faithful. You have to remain persistent. You have to remain consistent. And sometimes you need to change your strategy. Sometimes you just need to change the way you do certain things, you know. I mean, just because it didn't work in 2024 doesn't mean that they will not work. So we've hit 1,000 people. So, you know, I will begin to speak to you now. And so as I had said in my post that I made last night or yesterday, I see my brother, Dr. Reed, Mama K. Malu. Happy New Year to you, my brother, and happy belated birthday. Malu is a Noel baby. A Noel baby is a baby that was born on Christmas Day. Yeah. Happy belated birthday, my dear brother Mawake Malu. And I see you glowing. You know, Malu is a fantastic guy. He's made a very brilliant guy. If you underestimate Malu at your own detriment, he's managed to successfully transition in such a relatively short period of time from the chairman of the former ruling party, a major political figure, to a quickly rising and well-respected civil rights activism, you know, voice and leader. That is something not a lot of people can accomplish that in such a relatively short period of time, as has Mobake Malu. Yeah, so fellow Liberians, I'm Henry Pedro Costa. I am your brother, I am your son, I am your friend, and I am grateful, as I'm sure most of you, if not all of you are, to be alive and to be in the year 2025. It is a blessing. We were not owed this, you know. God didn't promise us this, and so we didn't buy this. We didn't earn this. We must be grateful to be alive, to be here. So that's why I'm very happy and grateful. And so I just wanted to speak to our people on the first Monday in the year to just talk to you about, you know, what I think about, what I look forward to, what I hope will happen for us as a country, and you know, and what my own take is, and what my own approach is going into the new year, and what I want for the rest of us, you know, as a people. So today is January 6th. It's a lovely day, and we're here today to say to you that we're optimistic as a country. I've been in this country. Last year was the most time I had spent in Liberia in a long time. I came to Liberia in late February 2024. I stayed here until August 14th, just about 6 months. And then I went to the States for 2 weeks. I came back end of August around the 28th, and I've been here since. And you know, and this is the most time I've spent in Liberia in 10 years. And so it gives you a different perspective, you know. It gives you a completely different perspective being out of the country in the United States versus being on the ground for this long. And people, according to my assessment, from what I see, people are very optimistic. People are hopeful. People are, of course, struggling. That's something that's typically Liberian, right? But people are hopeful. People are hopeful. People want jobs. People want to work. They want to be able to take care of their families. They want to be able to support their dreams and pursue their dreams. And I, as a business person in the country, I just thought to share my take on it as someone who was very active in the last elections. You know, I was very active in the last elections in the runoff. You all know the story. It would be needless to flog the dead horse, as it were. And I decided I would do business. And, part of, but there was always that thought that, you all know how Liberia is. Like, am I going to get the kind of, am I going to be able to take advantage of the opportunities this country has to offer in a particular industry that I'm going to, that requires me having to deal with the government? That concern was there, folks. These people were my friends. Many of them are still good friends of mine. I opposed them in the 11th hour. And now that they're in power, I want to do business in the country. And they've committed themselves, this Unity Party government, they've committed themselves to creating an enabling environment where all Liberians, irrespective of political affiliation, can thrive, can do well. And so I was sort of putting it to a test, but with a degree of apprehension, because Liberian politicians will say one thing, and then when they eventually get to power, they will do something else. So I'm not going to give you details, but I just want to let you know something. One of the reasons why I'm optimistic myself. So I applied for my papers, and with the particular regulatory body that regulates the industry that I am in. And before I did that, I thought then I sat back and I said, let me watch and see how this is going to play out. And normally I'm told that process to get, the necessary documentations that are required for the industry that I'm in. I'm just sharing my own story with you. It normally takes several weeks to a few months. But my process took 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I was like, it struck me. I mean, the level of professionalism, everywhere my document reached, from one office to another office for processing or for signature, there was no obstacle, there was no hindrance, there was nobody asking me to pay them a bribe to get it done. And I got all my papers. And I was very impressed. And one of the things that I want to do going forward in this new year is to be fair, to be more fair than I have ever been, and to be objective. And I got my papers. And I was very impressed. And I said, so I opposed these people. They were good friends of mine. I opposed them. And you all know me. I can be nasty. And it's one of my weaknesses. And I'm going to be the first to tell you that, to admit that. And I'm so driven by passion that when I get on a certain course, I would tend to, slightly veer off or go a little too far. But the level of professionalism that I was accorded, that I received, I was like, okay, it looks like these people want to do it differently. So I just want to publicly say that. One of the things I want to say to you all, that regardless of the fact that I did not support the Unity Party in the first round of the, and you know what, I did tell the president. I told the president in September. He was at the UN General Assembly. One of my communications with him, I said, Mr. President, I'm going to the mining sector. And part of the reason I told the president I was going to the mining sector is because I wanted the president to know, and also I wanted the president to also know from me that I was going into that sector, and I wanted to watch and see how things would play out. But surprisingly, nobody put any stumbling block in my way. And it is good and it is honorable to acknowledge that. It is good to do that. It is good, it is honorable to acknowledge that. The degree of professionalism I received from the Ministry of Mines and Energy, the reforms that are taking place there, the way the process was going, I am very impressed. And I want to say kudos to the folks, to the president and the team at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, Honorable Wilmer Pay, and for the level of professionalism. Nobody gave me, I wouldn't say they give me preferential treatment, because we had to still go through the offices that we needed to go through, right? But the idea is that the speed at which or with which our papers were processed, and I thank them for that, and I thank the president. And so I want to see more of this, you know, to other ministries and agencies. I hope the level of professionalism, that the level of effectiveness and that we see, that I've experienced personally at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, I hope that other ministries and agencies would be able to emulate that, or they are doing the same thing across the ministry. Take my friend Mo Ali, for example. Mo Ali, some of you may say I'm biased, but see the kind of wonderful job that he's doing at Water and Sewer. A fantastic job. You know, he's always telling us, well, a pipe has, a main line has ruptured, and this other one happening here, the other one happening there, and the response time, the service delivery, and so these are good things. And when you can criticize the bad things, it is only fair and honorable that you acknowledge the good ones. And so I see a degree of professionalism and decency and sanity. You ain't gotta pay no bribe to nobody to get your paper. My own experience. That's my own story. I'm telling you, you know, that's and I also know that a lot of people that you know, they're going through the process and they're getting their stuff done, and I wanted to commend that. I wanted to commend the government for that. And so we've started to do our work. We've hired some people already. We've got some employees, folks working for us. You know, we've started working. You know, we went to Bapulu County. The folks there are very encouraging, very, very supportive. I want to thank the people of Bapulu County. I want to thank the superintendent for his level of professionalism. I want to thank the Bapulu people, the Bele people that I happen to be connected to through my grandmother Jopang, the Pele people, you know, I happen to also be connected to. I'm a Pele man too, you know that. So I just want to say it's 2024 was a good year for me. And I pray that it will be a better year. 2025 will be a better year for all of us, not just me. And so, you know, as I said to you in my post that I made about this podcast before I came on, I said that, you know, I will be sharing with you what my resolution is. So my resolution for this year is to commit and recommit and rededicate myself to making my contribution in the private sector. And I think there's tremendous potential there. I'm so glad that I'm there, that I'm in the private sector, in a particular space to make my contributions. I want to focus on that. I want to help create as many jobs, as many opportunities as I possibly can in the private sector. 2025 looks like it's going to be a great year for my company, and so I have every interest in wanting to see stability in the country, peace in the country. I want to see the government succeed. I want to see improvements. I call on the government to double their efforts, especially heads of agencies and ministries, those of whom have been privileged to have been appointed by the president. You have a job, you have a fiduciary responsibility to the people, to serve, to effect your mandate with integrity, with professionalism, that I've seen, that I have experienced at the Ministry of Mines and Energy. And I want to focus more on that and far less on politics. From time to time, I will speak. I will tell you what I think about things in the country. But that is how I want to contribute now to the country. I want to also use this opportunity to make a very clarion point that I bear no malice, contrary to popular belief in some quarters. I bear no malice. Liberia can say I ain't got no bad heart for the vice president. Jeremiah Bankun. I bear no malice whatsoever toward him. The vice president is only 3 years older than me. I'm 42 going on 43. He's 45 going on 46. We are a crowd of boys. We were never friends, but we were also never enemies. 2023 had a way of making us butt heads, but that's all behind me now. And I just wanted to take this opportunity while I tell you what's cooking in my little corner, that I hold absolutely no malice toward the Vice President, Honorable Jeremiah Bankun. And I also want to use this opportunity as a testament to my declaration that I bear no malice toward him. I want to extend in this token an olive branch to the Vice President. And I want to say to him that, my friend, I remember when Barack Obama came to Egypt as president, he made a very powerful speech to the Middle East. In Egypt, he said to the people of the Middle East, I extend my hand to you in friendship, and if you are willing, I will clench your fist. I extend my hand to the vice president, a hand of friendship, an olive branch. Let's leave the past in the past and let's move forward. There are many people think that I have some malice toward the vice president. I do not. And so I just want to say that I'm all about looking forward and not backward. Looking toward the future. The future looks bright, not just for me, but for our country. And so the way I can help in the private sector is I want to make money. There's no money in government for me to make. The kind of money I want is not in the government. So I thank the government for creating the enabling environment for someone who did not support them, someone who was very, very critical of them, abrasively and annoyingly, to be able to do my job in the work in the space that I am. You will not see me coming here to praise government or to attack government. When I come on here, it is to either point something out that I think needs to be, that could be done better, to advance recommendations where I think necessary, or to call out people who I think need to do something that I believe they're not doing. But I am going to sit back, not get involved with the government, but at the same time not get involved with opposition politics. That's it for me. I will speak to you as a Liberian citizen, as a Liberian patriot, and I will work as hard as I can, work my butt off to contribute my quota and to pray for the success, the stability, and the prosperity of this country. God bless you all, and may God save our state. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.